Hello and welcome. So, the book that I'm going to be reading and reviewing today is The Bitch Switch by Omarosa, Knowing How to Turn It On and Off. I was looking for a different book and came across this book and thought that it would be interesting. So, I got it and I read it. It's not a long book at all, less than 200 pages. I was able to actually finish reading the book in about 2.5 hours. And I'm going to just read the introduction and then I'm going to read part 5 because I think that that's a good chapter to read, which part 5 is negotiating with the switch. And I think that a lot of women have trouble negotiating. So that's why I'm going to choose to read that part. And I'll just go through the table of contents really quickly. She has it as part 1 instead of chapters. So part 1, the bitch switch, what it is and what it does. Part 2, locating your switch. Part 3, leading with the switch. Part 4, communicating with the switch. Part 5, negotiating with the switch. And part 6, Viva la bitch. So I'm going to get right into it and I'm going to read the introduction. Introduction. Why Women Need the Bitch Switch. The genesis of this book began in the old executive office building of the White House during my appointment as Deputy Associate Director of Presidential Personnel. At that time in my life, I had certainly overextended myself. I was engaged to be married, going to school at night, teaching as an adjunct professor at the graduate school, USDA on the weekends, and volunteering at the Maya Angelou Public Charter School. At work, we were dealing with the possible impeachment of my boss, then President Bill Clinton, and Al Gore's fundraising scandal. At home, I was busy planning a wedding for 400 guests, along with preparing lectures for class and term papers for my doctoral professors. It was organized chaos. Since that time, I have been able to reflect on my unique journey. I have fought battles in the fields of politics, business, academia, and entertainment. In all of these arenas, I noticed one thing: women are always in second place. So, what is the main culprit for this huge social disparity? We as women have allowed ourselves to be bullied by life. We whispered when we should have been shouting. We cried when we should have been clawing. We complained when we should have been campaigning. We complied when we should have been demanding. We asked how high when we should have been saying hell no. We did not turn on our bitch switch to demand what we wanted, how we wanted it, and what the heck we were going to do once we got it. This century has shown great progress for women, but also great losses. We are at an important crossroads in history. I was so inspired by Hillary Clinton's run for the presidential nomination, but the news coverage of her campaign was enough to discourage every young girl in this nation from ever thinking or saying, one day, I want to be president. Hillary waited too late in the race to turn on her bitch switch, and it cost her the nomination. Martha Stewart's bitch switch got her put behind bars. Excuse me. Carly Fiorina, probably the most powerful woman in corporate America, and one who appeared to have her bitch switch turned to its highest setting, was forced out of her position as chairman and CEO of Hewlett Packard, though she recently reappeared as a high-level advisor to John McCain. 1 second, I'm going to grab some water. What we as women have gone by in the past, the nice girl game plan, is not working in the office, at home, or in life. In romantic relationships, we suffer because we hand over our power for love and turn off our bitch switch. In our relationships with friends and family, we are taken advantage of. In the office, we have been passed over and walked on because we refuse to embrace our inner bitch. Well, no more. Does that mean we should all storm into the office tomorrow and start raising hell? Yes, but not exactly in that way. It's time for a new paradigm for how we as women approach our goal of making it to the top. This book is about power. It's simple. They have it and you want it. Do you desire clout and respect in business and at home? Do you want to stop being shrinking violets and doormats? Do you want to learn how to be tough when necessary? Then you're going to need to find your switch and fast. As a woman, you are uniquely armed with one of the greatest communication devices anyone can have, a bitch switch. From here on out, sometimes referred to as B-switch. You don't have to act like a man to get respect in the workplace. You don't have to be a man to take charge. Once your B-switch goes on, that does not mean your femininity goes off. Are you tired of being a coward living daily in a constant state of anxiety? Do your insecurities weigh on your ability to grow and advance? Do you want to be the star of your own life, to realize your dreams and succeed? Then you will have to confront your current pattern of accommodation and acquire the skills to turn the switch on. What would Omarosa do? You are probably saying to yourself, there is no way that I can just walk into a situation and turn on my B switch just like that. I would not know what to say or do. My suggestion to you in that situation is to think of a strong woman whom you admire and respect. If you don't know one, find one whose style you admire. Study that person and how she deals with conflict and turmoil in her life. And if you can't find that person, don't worry. Just think WWOD. Throughout this book, I answer many letters from women who are faced with the ultimate dilemma, when to bitch and when not to bitch. As I traveled the world lecturing, I noticed the need for tactics that could empower women to work, to communicate effectively, and to lead with confidence. This book is designed to provide practical, usable tips that can help working women gain confidence, respect, and success by changing their way of communication. When you employ the tools of the B switch, you will find that these tools that will build your confidence and give you the ability to say things that you never had the courage to say before. The thinking isn't that we can turn a pussycat into a pit bull. No, but a cat can be taught when to hiss and use her claws and when to purr and preen and be just as aggressive as any breed of dog, i.e., our male counterparts. This book is your step-by-step guide for locating your inner bitch, personalizing your switch, and knowing when to turn it on and when to turn it off. It's not about being mean, it's about meaning what you say. Again, the B switch is about power, who has it and who does not. In this book, you will learn how to control the B switch, to shift the power and shed light on any situation. Throughout, I'll talk about the various B switches that I have encountered. In fairness to these women, they probably did not know that their behavior was being evaluated and classified by me at the time. Nonetheless, there were B switches a-clicking when I interacted, worked, or lived with these women, and I definitely took notes. After all is said and done, I truly hope that you locate and use your very own B switch and transform your life. Remember, life's a bitch and life's got lots of sisters. Omarosa. And then there's a quote here that says, I'm not really a bitch, I just play one on TV. So I'm going to end it here. I know this was really short, but I'm going to get some water or some tea, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to read or section. I think it's 5 that I'm going to read. So I'm just going to break this into 2 parts. So if you're interested in hearing more, you can come back and check out the second video.